Hi everybody! Welcome to my Tuesday update, which I'm not posting till Wednesday, I'm sorry. My name is Allison McKenzie, which I hope you know by now, and I'm your teacher for Human Resources this semester. And I will be posting a video update along with all your new content and modules every week on Tuesdays. Sorry, I had some technical difficulties last night. But here we are, and I'll use this opportunity to review the week's content briefly and to highlight some of the concepts that you should be focusing on. And then we'll do a more in-depth review when we have our live Zoom sessions each week. So please don't forget to complete the survey and choose which times work best for you. So what I'm going to do today is actually introduce you to the course and the course shell on eCentennial, and then I'll briefly discuss some of the content and highlight some of the activities that I would love for you to participate in this week. So without further ado, here we go. On our news feed, this is where I will post the weekly updates. So you will see this there, or I guess you've already found it. If you scroll down to the bottom, you will always see my name and email address, contact information here, and once we confirm our live dates, I'll post the times here. And more importantly than that is this calendar. And I will build this out by next week so that you have all your due dates, all our live learning sessions, everything that you need to know for the semester in one place to help keep you organized. So for example, for Friday's first live meeting, if you click on this, you'll see that it has the Zoom link right in there, and that's how you can access it. Okay, so if we start in the content section, this is just, you are probably familiar with all of this. We'll start with our course orientation, and you've seen pages like this many times, I'm sure. You know what, I'm going to view it just as a student would so that it looks exactly like your page. Okay, so our table of contents has our course orientation with all the information about this course that you need. It has our course weekly schedule and our course outline. It has a separate folder with all your evaluations for the semester, so if at any time you're not sure of what to do for the instructions to do with an assignment or a due date or a rubric or anything of that sort, you can go to that evaluations section. And then underneath that, each week, every Tuesday, a new module will populate. And we do have 13 modules or 14 modules this semester, which will be delivered over the course of our 13-week semester. So if we start with the orientation, you can read this all on your own, obviously, but this course is about human resources, which are the people in an organization. And I have been teaching this course at Centennial for about 3 years now. As you'll see in my Meet the Professor section, I do have a background in human resources in the hospitality industry. So I'm kind of combining all of my passions here, which makes me really enjoy my job, which is great. And we'll talk a little bit more about the course itself in a few minutes. You obviously need to know how to use eCentennial in order to take an online course, and I'm sure that you all do. You can read a little bit about me here. Some of our expectations, our responsibility, my responsibilities, your responsibilities. You obviously need to check into this course at least once a week, and you should probably plan to dedicate about 3 hours a week to working on it. And if I'm releasing new content on Tuesdays, then maybe you book your time Wednesdays or whenever, and set aside a scheduled time when you're going to work on this course. I know students struggle to remain organized in an online environment, which I totally understand. And one of the best pieces of advice that we can offer is for you to make yourself a work schedule so that you stick to it. One thing I do want to highlight, I think it's in here, is academic integrity. And academic integrity is honesty, and there are a few points on academic integrity and honesty. And basically what that means is don't cheat, don't copy. And I try to be a fairly flexible teacher in most situations, except this. So I need to be very clear right off the bat and get nasty for a minute here. And just to let you know, and I will remind you many times throughout the semester, but if I do catch that an assignment or a test or something that you've submitted has been copied from another student, from the internet, from another source, you will get 0 on that. I will complete an academic misconduct form that I will give to my chair, and I don't make exceptions for that. So, and I don't give second chances. So please understand me when I say that that I won't tolerate academic dishonesty or cheating in the class. I know that it's very common in all colleges, especially in an online environment, but I ask you to please do your best and ensure that you're submitting your work that you've created yourself. So yeah, so you can read the rest of that. That's the same old boring stuff that you see in every course. Some frequently asked questions. One thing in here is, of course, is there a textbook in this course? And there is a textbook that we use, that we have built this course around. It's a great textbook. It's not mandatory for you to have it to be successful in this course, but it is a really great resource and introduction to Canadian human resources. So if you would like to purchase it, it's probably best to purchase the online access, and the link is right here. You don't need any access codes or online activities, so that's why you don't need to purchase it unless that's something that you would like to do to assist you with the course. And the rest of that is fairly straightforward. So why don't we go into the course outline? Well, you can read that on your own. Let's look at the evaluation section. So this course has a few assignments, a few activities, and a few tests. So it's not particularly heavy, but it is something that you do need to keep on top of, just so that you don't fall too far behind. So we will have 3 online activities that are worth 5% each. And you will see that they take place in Module 3, Module 10, and Module 13. And they are on different topics that we'll be discussing in those modules. And it's an activity that is meant to be participated in during the module or during that week. So it might be contributing to a discussion board, or doing a tiny bit of research on the topic with, answering a couple of questions. It's just meant to reinforce the concepts that we are reviewing at that time. And so those are worth 5% each. They are done individually. And if you miss them, there's not a chance to make them up, because once we move on from that topic, the opportunity has kind of passed. We have 3 tests. The first 2 tests are worth 15% each, and the final test is worth 20%. The tests will take place in Module 5, Module 5, Module 9, and Module 14. We have this assignment called It's Your Shift. That is an online training program that you will do independently by watching a series of videos, and it deals with sexual harassment in a hospitality workplace. And it's actually very valuable. It was created by industry, and industry really values employees having that training. It's something you can add to your resume when you complete it, and you'll complete those and put those certificates and put them in Dropbox by week 6 or module 6. We have one assignment that is surrounding employer branding and recruitment and job postings. which is due in Module 8. That can be done individually or in a partnership or group. We'll talk more about that later. And then this one, HR in the News, is an independent assignment, but you will contribute to a discussion board with a group of people, even though you're receiving an individual mark. And you will be assigned a particular topic and have to find a news article relating to that human resources topic and share it and discuss it in your discussion board with your group members. The big thing about this is that the due dates vary depending on the topic you're assigned, but we'll talk about that a little bit more in week 2. Okay, so why don't we move into talking about actual human resources. Human resources is important for well, thank you. I see some of you have contributed to the Mentimeter already. Human resources is important not only to people who are, managers and HR professionals, but it's also a very important topic to you, maybe even right now, as an employee in a Canadian workplace. And for many of you, you're working in a Canadian labor market for the first time. And you might not be sure of all the rules that your employer is expected to follow and that you are expected to follow. And so we will learn some things this semester that I hope can help you immediately in your jobs as you try to navigate the Canadian workplace. So I should have gone back there. I will ask you to review this content, but also to click here and contribute your thoughts to what you feel human resources is all about. To you, what does it mean? Is it, a friendly lady sitting in an office who hands out candy, or is it somebody who is mean and grumpy and fires people, or is it, what is your perception of what human resources is? And hopefully this semester we will work together to expand on that and also maybe challenge it at some times. Okay, we also focus this week on the differences between the role of a line manager and the role of the HR manager. And if you do leave your program and end up working as a line manager or a department head or even a general manager, you are going to hopefully be working closely with an HR professional to help manage the people in your organization. But your role as a line manager and my role as an HR manager are quite different from each other. So that's what this part of the module focuses on, is kind of who does what and where do those responsibilities lie and how do those positions work together to ensure that all the people in the organization are working towards the company's goals. And the last part that we'll talk about this week is the strategy behind human resources. It's not enough to just open a business and get some people to work there and hope that people come, right? People who are running businesses and operations, whether it's a hotel, an event planning company, a restaurant, you need to plan and make a business plan and execute on that. And so we talk a little bit about strategic planning, what that means, the characteristics of what a strategic plan is, and where human resources fits in to the strategic plan. Down below, there's a bit of a case study, and it talks about a hotel that is going to open a new event center, and it provides some details about the hotel and what they're going to do with their new event center as they try to diversify their revenue sources. And I'm going to ask you to contribute to this Padlet to indicate, as this hotel, Susan, the general manager, opens her new event center, what does that mean for her sales and marketing department? What impact will it have on her kitchen team, her security team? How will that change in the hotel's strategy impact the people who are working in the hotel operation? And so to contribute to the Padlet, you just need to click the expand button here so that you can see all the different positions, and just add your thoughts by clicking the plus button and and indicate what you think Susan needs to consider in each of these departments or roles as she plans to open her new event center. So those are kind of the highlights this week. You will also notice at the end of every module there's a summary page, and it talks about what you should have done, but it also talks about what's coming up. So this is another way for you to keep track of what is coming up in the next few weeks and modules. Next week and next module, in Module 2, we will discuss in more detail the first two assignments. It's your shift as well as HR in the news, and then those start to become due in a couple of weeks after that. So that's it for now. Just a reminder, if you would like to meet me online on Friday morning and we'll discuss this, review it in much more detail, that would be great. You've got the link to the live session always in your calendar here, with a reminder of what time it's going to be happening. I also emailed it out on Monday, whenever that was. Please contact me via email anytime if you have questions, concerns about the course, or you've missed something. I'm sometimes a little bit slow on email, but I will respond as soon as I possibly can. And I think I'm going to go do that right now. So have a great day, and I hope to see you live on Friday. Bye.